Wonderful Sunday evening, 7-Eleven, 2021. To God be the glory for the closing of another weekend. Hopefully yours was full of joy and accomplishment and rest. We are in the 6th chapter of Nehemiah and Proverbs 11. I'm going to throw it to Timotheus first and see what did he get out of either body of verses.
Probably verse 2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. I like that because being humble is a very good trait to have, and it's attractive, and it will take me far in life. So be humble and listen to wisdom from others.
Yes, that reminds me of Proverbs 15, the ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. And like I said, that was on the back of my father's program. And it says also, but he that refuseth instruction, who is arrogant, or she who refuseth, they hate their own soul. But when you're open, when you're humble, then you hear correction and you get understanding. Yep, the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. That's excellent, Timotheus. You know what spoke to me in that chapter, Proverbs 11, one version says in verse 28, he that trusteth in his riches shall fall. We were talking about, some celebrities who, have gone off in the deep end, and if we were trying to figure out what happened, when they got to a certain level, and it's just like the enemy has kidnapped them, or they're held hostage and they don't even realize what's going on, the level of darkness. But the other part of this verse says, but the righteous shall flourish like a branch. And just looking outside and seeing, the beautiful leaves. Another version said that you shall flourish like a green leaf. You want your works to be healthy, sustaining. And we know in the Bible, the leaf is a picture of wellness. We want to have spiritual wellness, first of all, physical wellness, emotional and mental wellness. And what's happening is a lot of us are becoming emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually unwell by the ploys that are out here. And some are so overt and covert, and we are unaware. But this has something to do with Nehemiah 6. Sanballat was trying to distract Nehemiah, and this was wonderful how Nehemiah responded. It says in verse 2 that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, come, let us meet together in some of the villages in the plain. But they thought to me, and they thought to do me mischief. So Nehemiah knew that they were up to no good. The enemy is hatching a plan for each one of us to destroy, to make a fool out of all of us. And we have to know that he will use people, he will use situations to make us come to the point where we are of no good. And I was thinking, people don't want to talk about this, but even during this pandemic, how a lot of addictions have come about. And we talk about the alcohol, we talk about the drugs, but how many of us have become so addicted to food, addicted to phones, addicted to devices where we can't, and then we're not able to accomplish and enjoy the freedom. I think it's in 1 Corinthians where Paul was saying, yeah, all things are lawful, but they're not expedient. And I'm not going to be mastered by anything. Yeah, we have liberty, but do we have the freedom to make the choices. Yes, we have that freedom, but we have to pray to God so that we can get that strength. Like I said, a lot of us, they said 80% of the people during the pandemic gained at least 1.5 pounds a month from March 2020. So from March 2020 to June 2021, if we were going that same pace, that would have been 25 pounds. That's about the average. Listen, now we have to shed that weight. We have to shed these addictions. And the way to do that is to remain woke, surrendered, humble, and the Lord will lead us to break free so that we can enjoy the abundant life. Also, it says in verse 8, then I said unto him, saying, there are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. Like I said, Nehemiah knew that Sanballat was just trying to get him off his game, but the Lord will give us focus. The Lord will give us information so that we can fulfill the will of God. What do you have to say about that, Timotheus?
Nothing.
Know that the Lord will do great things. The Lord wants us to remain single-minded and to press on, because later on in that chapter it says that Nehemiah was able to finish the work. He was able to gain the victory, and he was able to continue to bless the Lord. But we have to look to the Lord, which cometh our help cometh from the Lord, for every addiction, for every stronghold. Have a great evening preparing for the new week in victory.